Good morning, Pisces. Welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. We're going to dive straight in after that epic you and them yesterday. We're going to see what the energies are. We're going to get a little bit of a different kind of look at it. All right, for Pisces, please, Spirit, what can you show us? Pisces, if you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome. These readings are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. There we go. What else do you have for Pisces, please, Spirit? Okay. Ooh, Pisces. Okay, I'm getting this message like, it's like in everything there is the opposite. So like even if someone is good, there is a drawback to it. Like have you ever had a friend or maybe you that's just so nice you can't say no? They're just so kind and they're like, well, technically I can do it. I'm really exhausted and I was really looking forward to like just doing something for myself with that hour, but technically I could go do that. So I'll do it because, they're uncomfortable saying no. There's this energy like where I feel that, even in maybe trying to protect ourselves, or like protecting ourselves is a good idea, but then it's like it can go to a place where we're cutting ourselves off from energy. There's something here about like looking at the course of path that we've taken and looking at how it's been helpful or what good it has brought, but then also recognizing where the drawback is in that energy. Because there's this energy of, it does feel a bit like, what I feel like is a feminine may have been trying to balance with a masculine. And I feel like in trying to balance with a masculine's existing energy, it may have left this feminine with a distorted sense of herself and possibly even questioning her own worthiness. And, it's kind of like, even with the energy of introspection is amazing. We learn a lot about ourselves. But sometimes it's like we can go too far with it. We can almost kind of take on all the issues in any kind of dynamic, because if we look deep enough within ourselves and we look at the issue, we can be like, well, maybe it was that, well, maybe it was that. It's kind of like too much of a good thing is too much. And there is then secondarily this energy of trying to balance out with someone who may have been a bit distorted themselves. When we try to balance out with someone who, like, for example, especially with Pisces, sometimes we can get into a relationship where we think we can make a positive contribution to someone else's life. Like we see a red flag or we see where this person doesn't love themselves. And we feel like our love will show them how worthy they are of love. And what happens instead of us affecting their energy is they affect our energy. And instead of our love, because that person would have to be willing to open up and receive the love that we're offering them. That person would have to be receptive and also acknowledging that's something that they're working on or hoping to get out of it or looking for in a connection. And a lot of times people like that are distorted, they're not really, they don't see things clearly, period. So they're not really recognizing that hole within themselves, or maybe they do, but that hole has become part of how they operate. And especially with Pisces, it's a mutable water sign. You have a tendency sometimes to really take on other people's energy. And when you're seeking to find harmony with something that is damaged or broken or hurting or lost or lonely or questioning its own worthiness or unable to appreciate its own worthiness, instead of you bringing them to your side, instead of it balancing out that way, sometimes it can balance out the other way. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what I feel here. And so there's this heavy emphasis here on looking at how balancing out with someone who was, not in a great place with themselves affected you and caused you to question or caused you to see yourself differently, and to free yourself from this. Okay? To recognize where those things now lie. Oh, you guys, I painted my nails and I messed them up. Where those things now lie within you, where you have pulled those things in trying to balance out with someone who had those energies. And, right, you guys, gender does not matter. The distorted feminine is the part within us that takes things on, that receives things. And so it can be messaging like how this person may be hating on themselves, and then us not being good enough for them, or them not being able to see our worth maybe made us question our own worthiness, And is that really our energy? And is that really something realistic? Worthiness is inherent. There is no question as to anyone's worthiness on this planet. We are all worthy. We are all created of the divine. We are beyond worthy. We are highly worthy just by the nature of our being, and I watched this thing one time. I can't even remember who was talking about this, but I think it was Gabor Mate. And he was saying about how worthiness does not come from, the question of worthiness does not come inherently from within us. Within us, we know we are worthy. Within us, the fact that we're a living, breathing miracle says that we are worthy, that we are more than enough, right? But it's our perspective, and perspective is something that, changes and evolves, and it is affected by, our interactions with other people and what's reflected back to us throughout life, and what we take on and what we hear and how we perceive it. And so, if you are struggling with your worthiness, or if you do relate to this or resonate with this, just please know you are worthy. You are more than enough. You are a living, breathing miracle. You are the universe experiencing itself in ecstatic motion. So it feels like there's a connection here that may have ended. You may be in this period of kind of recovering the self, returning back into your own powerful state. You may feel sometimes as if you're already there, but I feel like this reading is saying, hey, you know what, there's more. Because see, there's a change in pace that's coming here, Pisces. This feels like, first of all, there's a 9 on the bottom of the deck. That's the energy of the Hermit. Then you're having this Quiet card come out. And then you're having this Power. And this is like where we have overcome our obstacles in life. Sometimes in the overcoming of the obstacle, we're not really looking around and we're not really saying, wow, I just did that. Wow, I just did that. We're kind of just surviving and trying to get through the moment. And it's only when we are able to look back and kind of see what we went through, what we overcome, what we had to find the strength within ourselves to kind of survive, that we realize our own strength. And when we realize our own strength, that can be a very empowering experience. But we have to have that moment of recovery. We have to have that moment, us with us, to really embrace the energy, to really have that moment where we find the truth in what we have been through and why maybe we went through it, or, maybe was it our energy? Was it not our energy? Where did it come from? Okay. Yeah. Man, Pisces, again with this energy, I feel I feel Pisces, you were wild and free. You were sure of yourself. You knew who you were. I think you met someone who I feel you thought you could help. I feel you saw them as someone with a lot of potential. I think that you inherently saw your own worth and therefore saw theirs. I don't think that you questioned it. I don't think that you, I don't think you thought so much of the possible or potential negative ramifications for intimately connecting with someone who was sort of unhealthy. I think you saw it as an opportunity to help someone, to love someone, to show someone that they are worthy, to, be a space of unconditional love for someone. And I think those were all very noble intentions and really beautiful intentions. And I'm sure, I'm a cardinal sign, I'm a Libra. So I do take on the energy of other people because I'm an empath, but I also tend to affect energy because I'm a cardinal sign. I'm a leader. I'm the one that sort of sets the tone or the pace. And I think as a Pisces, you sort of kind of enter a space and wait to see what is the energy of the space and how do I navigate it. Where I walk in and kind of go, okay, let me set the pace. You know what I mean? I don't consciously do that, right? But my energy does. And so I feel like Pisces, there was this energy of just staying true to yourself and being who you are and giving the best of what you had to offer to someone unconditionally. And I feel that this person was affected by it, but not the kind of affected by it that make some kind of miraculous change overnight. You know what I mean? It's kind of the seed that you plant that just begins to grow where it's planted, and you don't notice it until you notice it, until it's big and huge and taking up so much space that you either need to like move it, like transplant it, or I don't know. It's just like that's the visual I'm getting. It's just like it's something that lied latent under the surface, and maybe it was just there all along. Because what I see here is you were dealing with someone who was very unhealthy. And I feel like this person you made this person feel alive again. You made them feel things that they hadn't felt in a long, long time. You were very, very special to them. And I think they recognized that. But I also think that they couldn't handle it. They were shackled and tied to this unhealthy energy. They were toxic. They were this is, highly reminiscent of the devil, right? They may have been codependent. They may have just not really been able to open up to receive or accept what you were offering. And it may have actually made you feel, that may have made you question, like, is what I'm offering of the value that I think it is? You know what I mean? Am I like it? There is this entire energy here of, questioning the self here. Because your love may not have gotten you the intended result, and giving so much to someone may have actually made you feel like maybe you got used, or took something that was really beautiful and it returned it to you in an unhealthy way because you were balancing out with someone who was unhealthy. That's what happens. And I feel like you had to go and you had to heal and set yourself free from this connection and try to let it go. I see that with the silver waterfall and these two parrots flying off. It's like you kind of had to release the dream or the idea of this working out because it was so painful, or because it caused you to question yourself on levels that were very sad or very hard. And I feel like, Pisces, you emerged out of it with the silver waterfall, you know, ready to be your own person again, ready to, you know, I don't want to say love again, but ready to return to yourself, happy almost to return to yourself in a way. It's like you didn't want to lose this person in the first place, and you didn't want that to be the outcome here. But at the same time, it's like you were walking away with yourself, and you were walking away with the best part of that partnership. And it may not have felt like it because you did love this person so much, but you recovered. You know, you found yourself again, and you regained your strength again. And now I feel this person is coming back, because I feel like nothing can compare to unconditional love. You know, nothing can compare to that feeling. And this person is like, wait, hold on a second. You know, I want that. You know, I want to be with Pisces again. Like, I was actually happy when I was with Pisces. And Pisces, you're still your own person. You're still this kind of enigma, this high priestess, elusive, secretive, mysterious being, you know, to this person. But I feel they're coming back. I feel like they don't understand sometimes the draw that they have to you, or what is so remarkable or special about you. They just know that you make them happy, and you make them feel calm. You make them feel heard and seen, and things that they didn't ever really experience until they came across you. And I feel like it's like this person is like finally ready to acknowledge and admit that you've had this effect on them, that you've played this role for them. It says, you make me feel calm and free. This is a very strength card kind of energy. Underneath that, you have build, like this person wants to build with you. Yeah, and underneath that, there's guilt, and underneath that is seductive. Like, they are more attracted to you, I feel like, than they are to anyone else, because there is attraction on multiple levels. There's something that they can't even describe or put their finger on about the situation, and they're feeling really lonely and really tired, you know. Yeah, living in this life that, you know, was unhealthy. You know, I feel like the other people they came across, you know, were manipulative, or they manipulated them, or and I don't think they were really able to manipulate you so much. Maybe in certain ways they did, but I feel like this person wasn't focused on the same things when they were with you, because it's almost like they were trying to figure it out, or they were just sort of there and experiencing it, and possibly just in the present moment. But when they're with other people, it's kind of this world of win or lose kind of energy. And it's like they really wanted to win, and it's left them almost in this energy of not really liking who they are, not really liking this life is cold, and it is lonely, and it is exhausting. I mean, we see this person is tired. I think this person has reached their limit with this world, and I think they're like, wait, I want something different. And, you know, the first thing that they think of is you, and how do I make this happen? How do I balance this out with Pisces? Oh, Pisces. All right. I'm going to stop. I'm not stop, but I'm going to start. I definitely feel this is a come back around situation. And I think the problem, or the dilemma, or the thing that I feel like Spirit is trying to point out so far in this reading is that, Pisces, you have had to do a lot of work to get yourself back to a place where you are healing, you're feeling positive again about life, you're ready to create and build, you're returning to yourself. You've been through a real emotional journey here that has made you question things that I mean, I don't love, in fact, I don't even like the word should, but it's like we should never question our worthiness. Just, I mean, you're breathing, you're worthy. That's a miracle. The human body is a miracle. The fact that our soul is attached to our body in this moment, in this time, is a miracle. You literally are a living, breathing miracle. There is no sliding scale of worthiness. We are all equally worthy, period. We are all the divine in ecstatic motion. I don't know why I feel like I just have to keep repeating that. I mean, everybody struggles with it from time to time, right? Or like at different times in their life, especially, there may be things that challenge us and make us look at our worthiness, but worthiness is never a question. It's not a yes or no answer. It's not a scale of you're a 10 on the worthy scale or you're a 0 on the worthy scale. We are all a 10 on the worthy scale. It's not it's not a measurable thing because it's automatic. It's inherent with the position. Okay, so I was asked to look at if there are any hidden agendas. And guys, I'm not promising you that I'm going to do everything that you asked me to do, in the comments, right? But I do really, really appreciate all of your comments and all of the things that you're saying. And if there is something you want to know, the chances are that that's something that other people want to know. So feel free to ask it. I can't promise you I'm going to answer it. But yeah, ask it. I would love to see it. So what we're seeing when we're talking about, is there any hidden agenda? We have the 4 of Swords and the 2 of Wands. To me, this is someone you have not been speaking to for a long time who is, I think, trying to reconnect with you, trying to show up for your future here, for your present moment and your future. They're part of your past. There's been a gap in between the past and the present. And they're making a decision, I feel like, to come out of not talking to you and come into being a part of your life again. They see you as a part of their future, and they want you to see them as a part of your future. So when it comes to hidden agenda, what we're looking at is there a hidden agenda in this choice that they're making, or in them showing up after not speaking to us for a long time? All right, so let's clarify. What is there a hidden agenda, if any, on this person showing up? Man, I got that Gloria Gaynor song. You showed up from outer space, just walked in. Yeah, that song keeps showing up. Yeah, okay. So this person definitely is passionate about this new beginning. I think that they do really want things to work out. Yes, this person with the Ace of Cups, like, they want a new beginning in love here. Okay, so this person has not been honest with you in the past. This is really interesting. So you have the Queen of Pentacles with the 7 of Swords. This is someone who I think all along saw you as someone that was very worthy. Someone that was nurturing, someone that was loving, a soft place to fall. It's like even the birds were singing around you. It almost feels like, that Disney princess kind of energy here. And it's like they didn't acknowledge it. They didn't say it. They didn't treat you that way. With this 7 of Swords, it's like they were very dishonest about how they really saw you or what they really felt about you. Okay. Okay. So see, they want to close this cycle out with the World card, and they definitely don't want to lose you. This is something that this person is unable to let you go, Pisces. That's the actual truth. They may still be guarded. Like they may be like, oh, not necessarily opening up or letting you in or whatever, but there is something done with them with this Nine of Wands where they have been through something in this time apart. And we do see the Four of Swords on the bottom of the deck here, which is a card of healing. It is a card of where we're really not speaking to each other, and that's how it came through. But they may have been through a bit of a healing process, especially with the World card. When someone is unable to see their own worth, acknowledging your worth somehow makes them feel as though they're acknowledging their lack of worth. You feel what I'm saying? It's like when you feel like you don't have something and someone has something, by acknowledging that someone else has it, you're sort of saying, unless you're standing in the same position as that person, which this person clearly was not. They clearly did not see their own worth with the Seven of Swords there. They were misaligned. So if I just don't ever acknowledge your worth, or I don't ever let you feel like you are this really amazing person that makes me feel safe and secure and loved and valued, and you're not like the other people, you don't use manipulative tactics to try to get certain responses or to get certain outcomes to happen, you just sit in your value and you trust that the universe will kind of provide abundance, that you don't need to come out of your own energy or do things that you're not proud of or do things that you don't feel are right in order to make things happen for yourself. And it's like, this person didn't believe that. This person was deceptive. They actually felt like the only way to navigate a space, and that's because they're toxic. They came from a toxic environment, most likely, and that's the only thing they've ever experienced. And so it's the only way they know how to operate. And I feel like Pisces, with you, there was this reprieve. There was this moment where they could actually kind of be themselves. But then I think they saw you as so valuable that inherently it sort of made them feel bad about themselves, because they're seeing Pisces being true to themselves. They're seeing Pisces trusting the universe and being really solid and stable and creating abundance in their own life and being able to be loving and accepting and non-judgmental. And it was just such a foreign experience for this person. This person was wounded, and so I think this person may have become overwhelmed, or for whatever reason, they ghosted the situation. But it is coming around here that this person cannot really let this relationship go, and they don't really want the ending. They don't really want there to be finality in this ending. For some of you, if you're not experiencing this right now, I'm literally getting, just wait. Just wait. Just give it time. Just give it space and just wait. It's a conclusion this person has to come to on their own. It's not something that you can help with in any way. You've already shown this person unconditional love and what it's about to live life in a healthy, non-toxic way, and it has to be their choice to come around to this energy. You can't want it for them. You can't try to balance out with someone who's in the Seven of Swords, because look at what it did to you last time. You know what I'm saying? When you try to balance out with someone who's misaligned, it misaligns you. It pulls you out of alignment with yourself. But this person, I feel it's like they've always seen your value. I think that they acted like they didn't, or they acted like there was possibly something better out there, even though I feel like deep down inside, this person really knew that there wasn't. Yeah, this person may have had, with the Three of Cups, they may have had other people kind of affecting them, like telling them, oh, come on over here, it's so fun, like, let's do this. And then you have the Magician and the Hierophant. This person, it's like they have survived this energy of, I don't know, like, I'm not necessarily getting the player. I don't see like some Knight of Wands energy here, but I just feel like with the Three of Cups, this can be a group of friends that really likes to drink or really likes to have a good time, but it's like it wouldn't have been appropriate for this person to like show up with the Queen of Pentacles to this Three of Cups event. So it's like, you know what I mean? But I feel like this person, there's this energy of having survived this. Not really having enjoyed it, but kind of having survived it. And even all of those experiences, I feel like became kind of burdensome to this person at some point. But the heaviest burden of all is that they experienced this unconditional love, this space of something they never experienced, non-judgment and acceptance and, you know, worthiness that they had never experienced. So it's like they never lost it's almost like this created what in literary terms you would call a foil. It was the opposite of that, and it showed this person the true value of that, or even possibly that what they actually desired was that, not to continuously survive this energy where you have to manipulate, you have to stay on top, you have to keep track of everything that's going on and everything that you're telling everyone so that you can, you know, this is a deep, dark energy, it feels like, with the Seven of Swords and this Three of Cups energy. And we see here, there's only one desire left for this person. This person has persevered and they only have one desire left. And that is this new beginning, to close the distance between themselves and the Queen of Pentacles and to prevent an ending from occurring. That requires them to step into their power and to commit. And they can't be juggling. They can't be imbalanced. Yeah. Oh my. Okay. So let's look at this. Now we have the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. This person may have really held back in favor of receiving attention from other people in the past. You know, it's like they really needed external validation in the past. Wow. And it caused them to really hold back. And it's like, there's this energy of, you know, you get out of something what you put into it. And so with the Six of Wands and the Four of Pentacles, it's like, you know, needing to get this fix from the outside world that said, yeah, you're valuable, you're worthy, you know, you're special, you're attractive, you're smart, you're, you know, we recognize you and your talents, you know what I mean? The world is a fickle place. And when you rely on external validation, it's like sometimes that's going to work out for you. And sometimes you're going to receive it and you're going to be riding really high and you're going to be looking around and feeling really popular and feeling really good and really validated. And sometimes you're going to make decisions that are not popular with other people and that, you know, and then you don't get that validation. You don't get that recognition. And oftentimes the choices that people don't recognize and don't support and don't validate you with are the ones that serve yourself the highest and best. You know, like, I need to not go out tonight. And then people are like, well, we're not calling them tomorrow or the next day, or they're not going out on a Wednesday. I hope they don't think that I'm going to be all excited about them showing up on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? It's like that kind of energy. And it's like, so this person, there's this kind of mentality when you're operating in an environment like that where it's like you can't also return the compliment. Like, you have to keep that energy for yourself. You have to there's no reciprocation available in that kind of, you're just taking the validation and what you can get from the outside world that says, yeah, you're an okay person and your life is great, but it's really empty. And you never grow or develop. You don't have the opportunity to really invest in that. There's nothing to invest in. It's shallow, it's hollow. But when you turn your attention on yourself with the Eight of Pentacles, a card that talks about self-mastery and really putting the work in, then look at this. You start actually building, collecting, saving, you know, making something of value. The best investments are the ones that we make in ourselves. Every time we believe in ourselves, or every time we have a curiosity like, I want to paint or something, and then we go learn to paint, then that's something that serves us. We can draw on that for the rest of our lives. We can always go back and paint some more, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Though it's a skill that you've acquired for yourself, and you don't lose it. I mean, sometimes you'll get out of practice and you'll be like, dang, but you can always go back into it. And I think this person is realizing, like, I'm spending all of these days and all of these nights and all of this energy with this exchange that's really never netting me any further than where I am. And I'm exhausted. I have nothing left to give myself at the end of this. I have nothing left to invest in me or in my life or making my life better. And this can even be financially. If you're spending your money going out every night, and then you're like, man, my clothes look like crap, my car is falling apart, I live in this crappy apartment, I got these crappy neighbors upstairs, I really need to change my life, but I freaking can't because I have to keep showing up to get this validation just to stay afloat, just to not sink into a spiral of depression kind of energy. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, and this is an extreme that I'm speaking in, and it may be different on the sliding scale of life, but when we don't take the time to love ourselves, we don't take the time to get to know ourselves, we don't take the time to become okay with ourselves and who we are, and not just okay, but like really and truly embrace our uniqueness and who we are, we just become so, we just become so, for some reason, we just become so susceptible to anything toxic in an environment because we're not rooted and grounded and centered. We're not the pillar of consciousness in our own life. So we become sort of an agent of whomever plays that role, and oftentimes they're narcissistic, oftentimes they're, you know what I mean? And so there is this energy of just, it's like, I have to pull back, I have to stop. Like, I realize that what I want isn't days and nights of playing the game better than anybody else, or being the most manipulative person, or being the person that gets their way all the time, or the person that gets the most attention. What I really want is to invest. What I really want is to build something that has value, that has strength, that I can be proud of. If I were to die today and my greatest accomplishment is that I managed to go out 4 or 5 nights a week for 2 years and nobody ever really got me down, or no one ever really beat me at the game, is that something that you're really going to be proud of to put on your headstone? Or is, like, it took me a long time to kind of heal and to get things together. But you know what? I just kept making a healthy choice and infusing my life with that healthy choice and choosing myself and grounding and centering and investing in myself, investing in knowing who I am, being okay with who I am, so that I could eventually join up with someone else and build something of value with a partner. And it took, this is an energy that requires healing. It's an energy that takes time to really take over. It's not something that typically happens overnight. I mean, we can overnight get sick of our life and look at our life and be like, man, how did I get here? This sucks. I don't feel good. Like, I used to run 3 miles a day. I couldn't run down the block to get a drink at the bodega if my life depended on it. You know what I mean? It's like, whatever that is, it's like, I need to heal. And then in the process of healing, in the process of infusing your life with one healthy choice, like, I'm staying in tonight, And then it's like, you know what? I think I'm going to start eating vegetables every once in a while, or whatever it is. I'm just doing like healthy choices that are obvious. But once I start making those choices and grounding and centering in my own energy, then I can actually go after what I want. But look at this. It's like the behavior this person has had. Here is the Knight of Wands. Some of you were dealing with a player, or some of you may have just been dealing with someone who was in and out of your life that you had to block, that you had to guard yourself from. But this person is like, hold on, I'm healing. I'm making changes. And I'm very directed at this person who I may have really messed things up with, who I may not have treated in the way that they needed to be treated. And you, Pisces, I feel like this is you. You may have been in an energy of healing and like, hey, keep your toxicity away. So this person knows that they have to really show up legit. Emperor, Ace of Pentacles. This person's got to show up in an energy where it leaves no doubt who they are and what they're about and what they're offering you. They have to be able to offer you something solid and stable, and they have to show up in an energy where they are their own master, where they are not over here and over here with the Seven of Swords and the Six of Wands, kind of letting everyone else in their life make the decisions for them in their life. They have to say, I am an autonomous being. I'm making the choices, and I know that I choose you, Pisces, and I'm offering you this solid and stable new beginning. All right, Five of Wands and Strength card. This has not been easy for this person to overcome the toxicity. With this Five of Wands and the Strength card, of course, it reminds me of that Rumi quote, and I feel like I've been saying it every day, and so I feel like this is kind of a big theme right now. But it's like, seek not love, seek instead the barriers that you have built within you against it. And it's like this person is really there's conflict within them, there's blockage within them, and they are having to sit with themselves and really work through this and dismantle this and look at it, so that they can overcome it. Because we've got a lot of aces showing up. The Ace of Pentacles was in the bottom of the deck. Now we have we had the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. The only thing we're missing here is the Ace of Swords. So there's just this energy of finally making the ultimate healthy choice to tame the beast within, to look within us and see, what hole was I trying to fill with this Seven of Swords and this Six of Wands? Where does it come from, and how do I fix it so that I can show up in the form of the Emperor and I can offer an Ace of Pentacles? What is this? Oh my gosh. See? We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse with the Fool card and the Nine of Swords. This person, I think they feel like they may never be enough. Like, there's something here where they are getting themselves together to show up, to take a leap of faith. But there is something within them where they do fear that they will never be able to offer you as much as you can offer them, or that you will not accept or want what they are offering you now because they have messed it up so bad in the past. Let's look under the deck. Oh, there's the Ace of Swords. I knew it was going to come out here. I literally knew it was. The Ace of Swords is a confession. This is someone who comes in really speaking the truth because they want success, they want victory, they want to bring clarity to the situation. This person may have some things to say that they are really worried about, or like some truth that they need to offer you, like, I always saw your worth, I always saw your value, I always wanted to choose this path, I just wasn't brave enough. Yeah, they are attracted to you. They see this as their wish fulfillment. Yep. They see this as the thing that they had to make a comeback for. In a way, with this Nine of Wands showing up again, there's an energy of almost like this whole realization sort of saving their life. And even if you don't accept what they're offering you, it's like they want you to see or know or understand the impact or the role that this relationship or that you have had on their life. They definitely want a new beginning. They want a new beginning in love, and they have a strong desire here for you. They want to leave it all behind. Man, you guys, look how consistent these cards are. They are scared. They are scared, yeah. Look at this. Ace of Wands, Three of Cups. See? The High Priestess, Nine of Wands, Death card. And then you have the womb. That's like that healing energy, that restoration. It's the rebirth. It's a new beginning. All right, so when I look at this and I'm looking for some kind of hidden agenda here, I just see that this person has definitely had hidden agendas in the past. I feel like they are trying to leave a space between who they were and who they're showing up to be now. I feel like they are afraid that what they're offering you now will not be enough to overcome the past. They definitely see you as the person in their future. They definitely want a new beginning here with you. I think their hidden agenda is that they want a new beginning. I feel that they have had hidden agendas in the past that have been less altruistic or less upright. And it's a reflection of what was happening within them. And also what they believed love was, or what they believed was possible. I don't think this person thought that manipulation was love. I guess I want to say it, but I do feel that this person had not really experienced an alternative to it. So it's like, it's like, this is just what we do and we don't think about it. It's like, who's the best at it is the question. And I think Pisces, you offered them an alternate way. You showed them something different. And I think when you showed it to them, they weren't ready. They didn't know how to handle it. And I think they have withdrawn. I think you haven't seen this person in a long time. And with Temperance and the Four of Swords now, there's definitely an energy of healing. There's definitely an energy of shifting perspectives, or, I keep going back to this from the beginning, like too much of a good thing is too much. Too much of a fun time isn't fun anymore. Too much of buddies and all this life that you thought you wanted can be overwhelming and can really stunt the growth in the other aspects of your life. And I think this person is looking at the whole picture now, and I think this person is like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely don't want this to be over with Pisces. I haven't met anyone else like that. I have not experienced that kind of unconditional, non-judgmental acceptance in my life. Someone who's not playing a game with me and someone that doesn't want me to play a game back, someone where we can just be ourselves together. I didn't know how to handle it at the time, and I did some things that I'm not proud of, but I want to come back. I want to be honest, and I'm just hoping that Pisces will be open to receiving what I'm offering at this time. So as far as hidden agendas, I feel like this person has definitely had a hidden agenda in the past. I feel like that's all they really knew or understood at the time. I feel like they are coming in here. They want to wipe the slate clean with all these aces that we saw. I think that they want to really offer you what you were looking for in the past, or what you thought they were offering you in the past, but they were in no position to offer you in the past. I feel like there is a good chance that they're going to be very upfront with that Ace of Swords that we saw. But they're coming in really afraid because of the way that they've treated things in the past. But their hidden agenda is that they really want this to work. And, maybe when they get in front of you, it may be hard for them to acknowledge or admit that they really do want this new beginning, especially when they see your reaction to the energy they're showing up in, whatever. If they don't feel like your opinion of them has changed, or that you're open to seeing them in a new light, they may not really be very forthright about wanting a new beginning, because this is someone who's healing. They're in the process of healing. They probably are afraid of rejection and afraid of not being good enough, with the Six of Pentacles in return, not having enough to offer you. I feel like their worthiness is still at stake here. I feel like Pisces, you knew you were worthy. You may have lost it for a moment in this relationship, but you've returned to it. And I feel like this person, the question is, have they found that? Have they realized that yet about themselves? Are they coming in an energy of understanding their worth? All right, let's just take a quick look at the best possible outcome here with this energy. Spirit, can you please show us the best possible outcome? Ugh. All right, Pisces, you have the moon with the Five of Wands. This is a very similar energy to the Five of Wands and the Strength card. This person, they have had to really look at the blockages within themselves that was preventing them from being able to show up for you. With the moon and the Five of Wands, this person, they have deep feelings for you, and they have a tendency to allow fear to kind of come in and block the situation. So with the moon card and the Five of Wands, I get this energy of the outcome is dependent on how well this person has dismantled the blockages within them, and it is going to be different for every person. But until we really fully are able to remove those blockages show up in the form of our subconscious, and they really do deeply affect the decisions that we make. There's a lot of potential here, and there's a lot of potential for success. This person, you have the Chariot, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands here. This person wants to choose you. They want to be very clear. Even if there's a distance between you with the World card and the Chariot, this person wants to close that distance. They see you as the person that they have the best chance of navigating life with in a successful way, and the person that they most want to navigate life with. But there is this energy of, how do I want to say this? Change. They're definitely changing with these two fives, the Five of Wands and the Five of Swords. But when we're going through a period of deep, deep change within ourselves, especially like a healing change, when you are used to making your decisions a certain way and from a certain place, like, for example, if you always make your decisions from fear, then your first response when you face a choice point, even when you're healthy, may be to make a choice from fear. And then you have to bring your mindful awareness to it, that you're making a change, that you want to choose something different, and then you have to choose a different path. And sometimes, that's something that is sort of the last piece to fall in. I saw that Temperance card, and I do feel this person is making healthy choices or is consciously choosing healthy choices. But it's kind of like when their emotions are on the line and when all these blockages that they have carried get triggered, how will they actually respond to that? Like, what decision will they make? And we're kind of getting this energy of it's unknown. Like, we can't say at this time for sure that they're going to always make the right decision. In fact, we're human beings. We're not always going to make the right decision. Not even like super healthy people like always make the right decision. We make mistakes, but we choose something unhealthy, but it's like, it's not in how many times you fall, it's how many times you recover, how many times you choose the path of light. And so I see that this person, it's like they may make a few mistakes, or they may stumble a little bit along the way, or you may still see how these energies play out in their decisions. Especially, I'm getting for some of you, if people aren't open right away, if people aren't really acknowledging this change or transformation right away, I just can kind of get given it time, giving it space, just trusting that sometimes there are things that are happening behind the scenes, like changes that are happening behind the scenes that you can't really see, and just allowing it to marinate is the only word that's coming to my mind. You do have the Page of Cups. I do feel like this person is going to be, once they discover this truth and once they really know it, they really want to avoid an ending. So they are going to come in a kind of a rushed energy, or it's going to be very fast and possibly just come out of the blue. But they are going to offer some kind of heartfelt, this is something real from their heart. This is something that they've thought about, that they want to say to you, that they truly do feel. I feel like this person isn't really good at expressing their feelings, or they don't have a ton of experience at it. But I do think that this person is going to tell you how they view you, or how they see you, or the role that you have played in their life here with the Queen of Pentacles and the Page of Wands, and that they really do want to choose this adventure with you, and they really can see you moving towards success. I just feel like there's still this energy here with the Moon and these two fives where, tendency or habit are sometimes a hard thing to break. And it requires patience. It requires understanding. And, it just depends, are you open to riding that ride? Are you open to going on that journey as well with them? I think they understand if you're not, but their intention is to really lay it on the line and give you, the best that they have to offer. All right, Pisces, let me get you some messages. So yeah, if you guys ever are like, man, I really want to know this, put it in the comments. I read every single comment, so I will definitely take it into consideration. A lot of times I meditate in the morning, and then I just, whatever comes out in the meditation, whatever I'm feeling, or I even will just go to my card closet and I will just stand there and let the cards kind of choose themselves. So, if sometimes I won't be doing it, but like when I can, of course, I do this for your benefit. Okay, so if you're dealing with a water sign, I look at your pictures for hours on end. You're still so beautiful to me. I'm working on myself each day so I can come back to you as my complete whole self. You are perfect in my eyes. Don't ever change. Every thought is of you. You occupy my mind. I can't escape you even if I tried. 9 of Wands. I just kept seeing that 9 of Wands when I was reading those. All right. If you're dealing with a fire sign, hurting you was not the plan. You will always have a special place in my heart nobody else can fill. So embarrassed, I acted foolish and don't know how to tell you how sorry I am. I'm scared you will not accept me now. I know I failed you and I let you down big time. This is a very self-critical person, I feel like, we're dealing with a fire sign. I think they felt like they had something precious in their hands and they mistreated it, and they're just crushing themselves over it. If you're dealing with an earth sign, it wasn't you, it was me. I'm to be blamed. I accept fault for this. Sorry, I did not see your value and your worth when we were together. I struggle with love and expressing it. It just does not come easy for me. Life hasn't been too nice to me, and I took that out on you. Every song I hear reminds me of you. And if you are dealing with an air sign, you are getting, I have not given up on you, even though it may seem like it. Deliver me from temptation. This is not the way I wanted things to end. I wish I could go back in time. I regret my past mistakes and wish I could have another chance with you. Each day I think about how it would be like if we were together. One day I will be ready to surrender. I was dishonest with you and myself. I lived one big lie. On the bottom of the deck, guys, I feel ashamed for how I treated you. You did not deserve that. No, you certainly did not. Pisces, I really hope this helps. And to the person who asked the question, thank you. I really do appreciate your asking the question. And I hope that this answer has brought you a lot of peace and clarity. And I hope it's brought a lot of peace and clarity to all of you Pisces out there. Until next time, Pisces, as always, I send you off with all my very best. Always, always, always. Bye-bye, guys.